Esteban Ocon, Kie25, and, well, me. Really unexpected to be saying that. So let's get to the video. What's up, everybody? I'm Chris Doughty, aka Doughtinator, and we've got a lap analysis video of Suzuka in the Super Formula cars on Gran Turismo Sport. And we'll get started now with a comparison against Kie25. Earlier on in the week, he was in the top 10. We downloaded his Ghost replay and we actually used it to reference our fast lap on. Suzuka in the Super Formula cars is high intensity, and we're going to start our lap now. Bottom screen is myself, top screen is Kie25, and we'll be checkpointing at various moments to basically realign the videos to check in. Around the first corner, I think we get a good exit, matching Kie25 quite closely. Through these S's, it's all about carrying your speed, picking your line and navigating through, with this final turn through the S being the one where you slow down, accelerating away from the corner here now, and we are just fractionally behind. I think we maybe lost 0.1 of a second to Kie25. Realigning the clips now, we're going to Degner 1. Kie takes a lot of curb there, and Degner 2, a much better exit for Kie25, which is where he gains a lot of his time on me, and into the hairpin now. A little wide on the corner entry from me, and probably a better exit from Kie25. Again, maybe 0.2 lost to Kie25 there. Clips realigned once more. Look for the video transitions. You can already tell who's ahead by those transitions. And as we go into the first part of Spoon, we get a really good entry. Our transition's slightly ahead there, so we've actually gone into the first part of Spoon slightly ahead of Kie25. Down the main straight, back 100% in line, so we know we're good round Spoon. That's something to keep in mind for future lap times. 130R, 100% flat in these cars, so much downforce is unbelievable. Into the final chicane, Casio Triangle, we just take a massive amount of curb and we lose a fraction of time, but overall pretty close lap time. I think a section to work on for me is sector 2. Now we're going to go again. This time on the top screen we've got Esteban Ocon. You'll know him from F1. These cars around the F1 track Suzuka, he should be quite familiar. At the time of filming the video, I think he was about 10th in EMEA. As we're matching him quite closely through turn 1, through the S's, I think Esteban was a little bit faster there, just starting to pull ahead. And then this difficult corner here, I always find it difficult to keep the car on track. Running wide is very common. As we're just going to pause the video now and realign. I think Ocon was quite a bit faster than us in that first sector. Not taking quite as much curb on Degner 1. Degner 2, very, very precise. And we come through the exit. Again, Ocon seems to have made time, but not quite as much time as Kie25. Exiting the hairpin now, realigning the clips. A bit more balanced in that. So it seems Ocon had the strong first sector. We're now going to go back ahead. We've aligned the clips once more and into Spoon. As we go through here, we know we're strong in Spoon, and look at the transitions, almost exact. So very close between ourselves and Esteban Ocon. Down the back straight now, fractionally ahead for Ocon. 130R, 100% flat. Perhaps it's quicker to take the inside line to minimise distance travelled into the braking zone, into the final chicane. Again, abusing the curbs, punting some curbs for both drivers there, and running tight to the line to get our lap time. So basically, it looks like we are losing around 0.6 to both drivers there. If you're enjoying this video, drop a like, consider subscribing. We do a lot of GT Sport content, either lap guides, tips and tricks, or sometimes, well, most of the time, daily race reviews. So we're about to start our lap time using my tried and tested technique of following the Ghost. Kie25 is the Ghost I'm following, and I'm going to be pausing every braking zone in slow motion through the middle of every corner until the acceleration zone. So this is the point where I brake, very, very late into the first corner. We're trailing the brakes through, we're gaining on Kie25 there, and back on the throttle now, 100% throttle. Through these S's, we're just managing throttle, really not touching the brakes. Throttle and downshift is where we're doing most of our work. as the important thing here is to keep right to the right hand side, and then you can carry full throttle through this long left-hander. In qualifying here, Degner 1 is flat out really aggressive turning, and then we're hard on the brakes here. This is my braking point. This is the first frame of video where we get on the brakes. We trail it into the apex here. Now in qualifying, third gear is where you take through there. In the race with fuel and tyre wear, I drop it down to second gear. We're braking just after the curb into the hairpin here. I think we're a little wide on corner entry, but it gives us a tighter exit, allows us to get on the throttle earlier and power away. There's a lot to be gained getting a good exit from that corner here. You are on the throttle for a long time after that, so as much as you can gain. You see Kie25's gapped us quite a long way. I think it's about 0.6 by now. We're braking, as you see, just before that that turning point cone. We actually get a little bit wide through the second part of Spoon. We can maybe improve there, and that would help us get a better exit and carry our speed down the back straight. You'll see 130i is flat out, and then we're going to look for the braking point into the final chicane. As you see, we're up there on our delta. Braking point here is just before the 100 board. We're going to brake heavily down through the gears reasonably slowly compared to normal downshifting. We probably could have taken a bit more curb, certainly on the first part of that corner. And then when you know you're on a good lap, Suzuka style is just to stick right to the wall, shortest distance to the line, and that gets us across the line at 1:35.8. I think that puts us, well, it currently puts us about 80th in EMEA. And now this is the one you've probably all been waiting for. Esteban Ocon versus Kie25. I was actually surprised at how close these laps were. As you'll see, just watch the transitions between the camera angles. You'll see it as to who's ahead. I've not paused the video for any alignments because, quite frankly, they were so damn close. If you've been watching any of the racing this week, it all kicked off between Ocon and Kie25 in one of Kie25's streams. We're not here to talk about that drama. We're here to talk about the racing and the lap times today. And yeah, it looks like we're almost bang on identical. As I think Kie25's gained a bit back. He had a great exit to Degner 2, and they are now carrying their speed around the kind of long sweeping right-hander approaching Spoon. Yeah, it is quite remarkable how similar these lap times are, and also the lines you just see, they both know what they're doing. It's kind of testament to, I guess, Gran Turismo, that the real-world experience of Esteban Ocon and the sim racing experience of Kie25, how it translates and basically equates to a similar kind of driving style in Gran Turismo Sport. So in a moment now, we're going to switch over to the onboard views. This shows the steering input. We did a lot of steering input analysis in one of my Group 1 videos the other day, and it's interesting to look now. On the bottom's Kie25, on the top is Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon seems to be using more lock in a lot of the corners, and his inputs are very much more precise. They're almost exactly what Kie25 was doing compared to me in the last video. Kie25 seems to be having a few goes at the corner. Ocon is making one turn to a certain amount and then sticking at that. Kie25 is playing a lot more with the wheel. Obviously they've produced pretty much the same lap time, so neither technique is either bad or good. But what I've started to try and copy some of the driving, certainly with Kie25. He's very quick on his steering inputs. I've been trying to implement that in my own lap times, and I've found that it's just not working for me. I find that for me, I like to smoothly apply the lock to be the right angle that I need to be at. If I try and turn too aggressively, I find it difficult to almost stop at the right lock amount. So it's something I might try and do in the future, but I just find I'm a smoother driver. I prefer to just smoothly get to the lock and smoothly come off the lock. It seems to be working for me at the moment. We're not giving up on this week's qualifying yet. Maybe there's a little bit more we can find there, but certainly it's always interesting to get a chance to watch some of these high-level drivers. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We'll happily see you in the next one.